Thank you very much. My colleagues, leaders of political parties present, chairmen, secretary generals, party officials, members of parliament present, distinguished guests and ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Hamjambo. Basi nikisema Kenya kwanza, tunasema kazi ni kazi. Nikisema kazi ni kazi, tunasema pesa mfukoni. Kenya kwanza, kazi ni kazi. Kenya kwanza, kazi ni kazi. Kenya kwanza, kazi ni kazi. Kazi ni kazi, pesa mfukoni. Kazi ni kazi, pesa mfukoni. That's where we start. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a historic moment. In these grounds today, we have come together, the coalition of the willing, the coalition of the free, to put together the team that will take our great country to the next level. There are many coalitions in town, but this is a coalition with a difference. The alliance we put together today is the alliance of the free, the alliance of the willing. The other side have the alliance of the intimidated, and the alliance of the blackmailed, and the alliance of the coerced. There is a world of a difference between what is going on here and what is going on elsewhere. The alliance we put together today is an alliance about changing the economy of our country. We have discussed long and hard about the priority of our nation, and we have all come to the conclusion that it is the economy. And that's why this alliance is about changing the economy so that we can transform our nation, change the fortunes of our citizens, and put money in people's pockets. The alliance on the other side is about changing the Constitution. That's where the difference is. The alliance we put together this afternoon is the alliance about the people, about the citizens of the great Republic of Kenya, about the people issues, the jobs for our young people, transforming agriculture and using it to put money in millions of the people of Kenya. It's about making every hustle to matter and to count. It's an alliance about the people of Kenya. The other side is an alliance about leaders and about sharing power and about sharing positions. Ladies and gentlemen, the difference between what we are doing this afternoon and what our competitors are doing is like day and night. This afternoon, we come here as free people, consciously, deliberately engaging ourselves in this exercise. As you have heard from our lawyers, every person who has signed into the documents here has signed so out of free will. They have read the document, they've had time to internalize the document, some people have made suggestions to the document, Some of those suggestions have been carried on board because we are a free people. We do not believe that, and it doesn't matter how much power you have or how much influence you have, you cannot blindfold people into an agreement that they have not read, that they have not understood, and that they later have to complain about. I think it is the height of impunity. I also want to say that the team we are putting together this afternoon is the team that will rid our country of the politics of deceit, the politics of betrayal. We are saying loud and clear that a nation is built on the foundation of integrity, that a nation is built on leaders, on the basis of leaders who have integrity. The integrity of a leader is measured by their signature and their word. If your signature and your word means nothing, that confirms that you have no integrity in you. And this afternoon, we are putting together this team because we want to change the political foundation of our nation so that henceforth our political foundation will be built on the firm foundation of integrity, where your word is your bond. If your signature means nothing, if your word means nothing, then you do not deserve any leadership position in our republic. The worst form of corruption is the corruption of trust. If people trust you, they entrust you their emotions, their future, their aspirations, and you cannot keep your word, you abuse their trust, you corrupt their trust. It is the worst form of impunity, and that is why we stand tall as Kenya Kwanza to say we are going to change the political foundation of our country and bring it back to the integrity of every leader and their word and their signature. Good people, we are set on a journey to take Kenya to the next level. I want to persuade my colleagues, party leaders, who together we have signed these documents this afternoon, that this journey is not about a person. This journey is about the people of Kenya, the 50 million people of our great Republic of Kenya. Kenyans out there want an answer. They want a solution. They want to know whether their next meal is secure. They want to know whether they can go to hospital and get treatment. They want to know how their children after school can get a job. Kenyans want answers. We've asked too many questions. It's now time for us to provide the answers. And I am confident that the team we have here and those who are coming to join us soon and there are many, will take our great country to the next level. We all believe in a peaceful country. We are all planning to have a peaceful election. We are dismantling the tribal base of our politics, and we are assembling an issue base for our politics. That is the future of our country. Countrymen, I ask you, one and all, to join us in this great task where every vote counts, every person matters, and every corner of our country must pull together. I do not wish to make this a long speech because we have come here for a very solemn occasion to append our signatures, to commit ourselves that we are going to build a team that will prosecute the agenda we have for the transformation of our great country. Let me take this opportunity to invite my brother, Wycliffe Musalia Mudavadi, to make his brief remarks, as I will all the other party leaders who are here this afternoon. My brother Musalia.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Deputy President. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we may just want to conjecture the symbolism of where we are. We are at the Ngong racecourse. When we were young, we used to be told, "Ukimbie kama farasi ya Ngong." Today, Kenya Kwanza is getting bigger. It is getting much more stout. It has become the perfect stallion in Kenya's politics. So we are here because we are unveiling a winning horse. So I stand here to say that let us tell Kenyans that if they want to win and get something of their bet, then they should place their bet on Kenya Kwanza. This is the winning horse. For very specific reasons that the Deputy President has brought out. But the message we really want to send out is that we cannot afford the politics of deceit. We talked about a trust deficit some time back, but it seems people did not learn much about what we were saying. Because right now, what we are seeing somewhere else is that there is a resurrection of that trust deficit. It is still there. And the people on the other side, I can tell you, cannot seal or narrow the trust deficit that Kenyans have been experiencing. Kenya Kwanza wants to put the Kenyans ahead of everything else. We want to put Kenyans first. Azimio, are dancing themselves lame before the race or the dance has started. They are dancing themselves lame. Ladies and gentlemen, let us pull together. Let us bring integrity into our politics. Let us work with respect across the spectrum of our political parties. Let us acknowledge and recognize the independence of those parties. But let us build a common collective for the benefit of the people of Kenya. And I know the leadership that has presented itself here voluntarily in broad daylight is speaking for millions of Kenyans. Kenya Kwanza shall succeed. We want to hold hands with other Kenyans, and we shall succeed. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Kenya Kwanza Alliance. Asante.
Let me ask my good brother Moses Wetangula to come and make his very brief remarks.
One of my favorite writers, Shaban Robert, would have called this siku ya watenzi wote. And we are here today to affirm and reaffirm our commitment to our country. Paul Newman in the verdict would have said, there's no other day, this is the day. And indeed, this is the day. Because here, we are assembled to show Kenyans that with the will, the determination, and the commitment demonstrated here this morning and this early afternoon, Kenya is truly in safe hands. It's in safe hands because every single leadership of the parties that have been here have a good history with all of us. I'm delighted to see my distinguished old client Mwandawiro Mganga coming here to sign, my own classmate, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Justin Muturi, Martin Wambora, when I was a young magistrate in Nakuru. He was then the personal assistant to the dreaded PC, Hezekiah Oyugi. And he was our mentor then. And all of us, we can describe everybody and our association. But the most important thing is we have come together because if you ask each of our parties here, we want food on the table of Kenyans, we want to get rid of the fuel queues, we want the farmers to afford fertilizer and seeds, we want farmers to have a market for their produce, we want to take away stress from our teachers, our parents, and our pupils in schools. We want to reduce our public debt. We want to remove impunity from our leadership. We want Kenya where everybody lives with dignity and everybody demands and gets respect. That is the Kenya we are creating here today. Our competitors will fall in the realm of what senior lawyers can tell you here, that there are certain people, after shaking hands with them, you have to check whether you have all your fingers on your hands. because they have a serious trust deficit. And if your signature means nothing, what then will be the value of your word? Absolutely nothing. We've gone through this hog with many of them, and we know them, we can identify them even from the back as we walk forward. But today, I want to urge all of us, in the words of John F. Kennedy, ask not what Kenya Kwanza will do for you. Ask what you will do for Kenya Kwanza to make Kenya a great country. Because Kenya is a great country, constantly punching below its weight because of a deficit of leadership. And never again should we allow ne'er-do-wells to take the realm of leadership in this country and convince themselves repeatedly but falsely that this country belongs to them, because this country belongs to the people of Kenya. And it's the people of Kenya who will decide on 9th of August the leadership, and that leadership is right here with us. So as we move forward, ladies and gentlemen, let's all rally behind our team captain, William Samoei Ruto, and demonstrate that he's truly going to be but the first among equals, not the lord over others, because that's what we have seen in this country. We want Kenya to take its prideful place in the community of nations, starting from our neighborhood, our firm commitment to the integration of East Africa, where our markets lie. Our number 1 trading partner is Uganda. Our number 3 trading partner is Tanzania. And Congo has come on board. We must make this region a great region. And William Ruto and all of us, this team here assembled, we will take the country where Kenyans desire to be. Not the falsehoods of Canaan, not the falsehoods of all manner of statements that mean very little. Above all, this is not a team assembled by people who want to secure and buttress their past mistakes. This is a commitment, a coalition of the willing, all brought together because we can see where we are going, we can see our destination, and above all, we have all the Kenyans not behind us, but walking side by side with all of us. Let me finish by thanking the courage taken by all of us here, particularly my brother Muturi. And like I said, your brother, the Speaker of the Senate, would have loved to be here, but he is busy nursing votes in Bungoma for his return as our governor. He sends his regards to all of us, and it shows that today the entire legislature is in Kenya Kwanza. The judiciary demonstrated the other day that they are not partisan, but they stand for the truth and they uphold the rule of law in this country. So what is left? A hollow shell on the side of the executive that will not hold anything, whatever you try to do. Allow me now to invite my brother Justin Muturi, who's one of thank you, and here is our speaker. One of his distinctive introductions is that mimi nilikuwa classmate ya Waita. Yes.
Thank you very much, Moses. What Moses did not tell you is that when we met in Bunge, former Speaker Francis Ole Kaparo would want to chastise us whenever you would hear some people shouting, "Kijana, Kijana," because Ole Kaparo did not imagine that there are Vijanas in Parliament. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, fellow party leaders, members of Parliament, officials of many parties that have come together here today, willingly. Like I said on Saturday, when I signed with my Secretary General and the leadership of the Democratic Party, that we joined this alliance, not because anybody persuaded us, but because we were convinced that it is in this alliance that the hopes of the 50 million Kenyans lie. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't need to repeat what has been said by my colleagues and our captain, the Deputy President, about the issues that Moses has also articulated and MM on the question of what you stand for. If you wish to be remembered, ladies and gentlemen, and you have appended your signature, stick to it. The Honorable Professor Kidiki did indicate, and I agree with him, that we all read this document. We have contributed to its content, and we can now assure the rest of the country that it is a document designed to take this country to the next level. Please, let us all in one accord stand by this alliance so that we will be distinguished as indeed backing a horse and not a mule. I'm sure you know the difference between those two animals. My brother, the Honorable His Excellency Musalia Mudavadi, did give the description about those animals. I'm sure we all know what the mule is good for. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here myself to attest, and that's why I've taken my time. As you know, I'd already signed on Saturday. But to affirm my commitment, I have stuck here to witness my brothers and sisters who have come on board also appending their signature and signifying to the country that this indeed is a tsunami that, or the earthquake that the Honorable Wycliffe Musalia Mudavadi predicted. It is happening right here. And like I did say, we will walk the talk. Let us not be told that there is this or the other where we cannot go. We know, like many of us, that there have been many attempts to try and intimidate many of the political leaders, party leaders particularly. You've seen it's already happening in my own party. But take it from me, we will overcome that. That's a small, it's a molehill. We will climb mountains. So please, for those that are desirous of trying to begin that old game. Please just know and remember this. It's only a fool that does one thing repeatedly and hoping to get different results. You tried it with my brother Moses Wetangula's Fund Kenya. You failed. You tried with others. My brother Festus Mwangi Kionjori. You failed. You tried with Jibebe. You failed. And many others who are here. So I can only assure you that even on this one, you will miserably fail. Because we are determined to work with Kenyans side by side in ensuring that there is every Kenyan has food on the table, and the many issues that we stand for, we want this country to move forward, and we cannot move this country forward if all we live in is history. We cannot allow history to enslave us. And those that are going to join part of that history after 9th of August, please, let Kenyans go. I'm sure for some of you, I may be speaking in parables, but I'm sure this, the August 9th is very easy to remember, that very soon, many people will become part of that history. And we'll be reading that history. So, my good brothers and sisters, mine is to encourage every one of us that please let us rededicate ourselves in the achievement to achieve what we have set ourselves to in this alliance. Thank you very much. God bless you. And ladies and gentlemen, I will be seeking your permission that I exit immediately, because as you know, the House is, the Honorable Duale made some rules that it must sit at exactly 2:30. And even though there are some people who are planning some things, the Honorable Duale and the others have assured me that we will be. So I want to go and meet them in advance. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thanks, our Speaker. We want to assure you, those Azimio fellows, what they are planning this afternoon in the National Assembly, smarting from your move to join Kenya Kwanza, they have tried it for William Ruto for the last 4 years. It will come to a cropper. And we need to tell the Azimio people, Justin Beden Muturi will serve as Speaker of the National Assembly until the next Speaker of the National Assembly is sworn in. So let them bring it on. Let us now have the party leader of the Jibebe, Governor William Kabogo Gitau. Please clap for him.
Naam, Mheshimiwa Naibu wa Rais, viongozi wa vyama mbalimbali, itifaki zote zikiheshimika, niruhusu kusema Kiswahili kwa sababu ukialikwa kama namba 4 au 5 utajipata maneno yote yamesemwa na wewe huna lolote au chochote cha kusema. Kwanza nijihusishe na matamshi ya wale waliotangulia, kwa sababu mengi wamesema, vile vile ndio hivyo mimi ninavyoelewa. Kwanza niseme chama chetu cha Tujibebe wa Kenya Party au Jibebe ukipenda, tumejiunga na Kenya Kwanza kwa hiari yetu sisi wenyewe. Hatukusukumwa wala kuvurutwa. Na ni kwa sababu lengo letu kama chama cha Tujibebe ni kuinua hali ya maisha wa Kenya. Kila Mkenya ainuke, ajibebe, na sote pamoja tuweze kutengeneza taifa letu la Kenya, haswa kiuchumi, na ni uchumi wa mifuko ya Wakenya. Lakini sitataka kusahau machache. Mheshimiwa Naibu wa Rais, umesema mimi ni mzee lakini tunaendelea kusoma. Nimesikia umesema kuna ufisadi wa aina ya uaminifu, na hiyo nimesoma leo, sikuweza kujua hapo mbeleni. Na ni kweli, kwa sababu wengi usahau, tunakaa kama yule mnyama anaitwa ngiri. Akifukuzwa kidogo, akifika pale anasahau. Kitu mimi ningependa kusema, nafikiri Mheshimiwa Wetangula amesema hapa, tusijiulize ni nini Kenya Kwanza itafanyia Wakenya. Wakenya wajiulize ni kitu gani watafanya na Kenya Kwanza. Na mimi ningependa kusema kinyume ya hiyo kidogo. Niseme Wakenya wamesema miaka mingi, kama kwetu tunasema dhuraku, kuumera, ni kwenda kupiga kura ukijua serikali unayochagua itakuwa ya manufaa kwako kama Mkenya. Kwa hivyo ningependa kusema kama Kenya Kwanza, lengo letu la kwanza ni kutimiza mahitaji na matakwa ya Wakenya wakiwa wote milioni 50. Pia niseme, nimeona huenda tunazungumza nyumba fulani ya poromoka. Na niwajulishe, nyumba mrefu kama KICC, ukiona inaporomoka na usimame na uanze kuiangalia na kuisema, itakuporomokea. Kwa hivyo tuachane na wale ambao nyumba zao zinaporomoka. Sisi tugange nyumba yetu hii ya Kenya Kwanza, na tuombe Mwenyezi Mungu aweze kutujalia tuweze kuchukua serikali mwezi wa 9 na kuanza kuboresha maisha ya Wakenya walio wengi. Kwa sababu viongozi ni wengi, nataka niachie hapo na nikuhakikishie Mheshimiwa Mdavadi, tulikuwa turuke pamoja na wewe pale Bomas. Nikasimama nikasema, mimi yale umesema, mimi fikira zangu naye pia zinaandamana na yale wewe umesema. Sikujua utaruka kesho. Kwa hivyo tukifika mahali tuzonge pamoja, usiwache nyuma. Kwa sababu sasa imekuwa mimi ni namba 4 na nilikuwa namba 3. Lakini bila hiyo nashukuru Mungu kuwa niko hapa kwa mapenzi yake Mwenyezi Mungu, na roho yangu nipo hapa na sitoki hapa. Na mimi sina matusi na mtu yeyote. Nimesema mara kwa mara Mheshimiwa Rais ni rafiki yangu, lakini hii kazi sio ya urafiki jamani. Hii kazi ni Kenya yetu. Wao wamefanya yao. Sasa wakati umewadia kikatiba kuweza kuondoka, kustaafu, na sisi wenyewe tushikilie gurudumu kulingana na mapenzi ya Mwenyezi Mungu na katiba yetu. Kwa hayo machache, nashukuru kuwa hapa, najivunia kuwa hapa, na tunahofia wengi pia watakuja. Kwa hivyo tukae tumefungua mikono na kusema kwa Mwenyezi Mungu tusaidie baba. Asante.
Your Excellency, I'll seek your indulgence. We allow the original majority leader, Aden Duale, to say a few words so that he can move to the National Assembly and lead our troops to deal with those Azimio characters who want to intimidate Speaker Muturi. Mheshimiwa Duale, 1 minute.
Your Excellency, the Deputy President and our captain for 2022 August general election, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, Honorable Moses Wetangula, and our key other leaders, party leaders, chairs, secretary generals, and our rank and file. I think today is a good day. I am not a party leader, but I've been unfortunately, I have been a founder member of many parties, beginning with ODM, URP, there was a small party called PDR that later turned into UDA, and then Jubilee, and now we are in Kenya Kwanza. And I have a share of my history, like all these leaders, on the politics of deceit and betrayal. But I really want to ask our leader here, the Deputy President. As our leader, you have an opportunity to bring to an end the culture of political deceit and betrayal that has characterized the pre-independence and post-independence governments. And until, the framers of our Constitution in 2010 insulated your office as a Deputy President. And I'm told around the other team, they're being told, why are you gunning for the office of the running mate? The occupant of that office currently is nothing. That is the kind of impunity that is going on. But I hope, Mr. Deputy President, when you become the president, you will not allow people around you and yourself to humiliate, demean both the person and the stature and the character of the office of the Deputy President in accordance with our Constitution. I think you will promise us that. And then that goes down to the other leadership that you will lead. Because I have the experience of what you went through and many, many other leaders here. Secondly and finally, we fought this battle 4 years. 4 years, most of those of us who coalesce around the Deputy President. A number of us paid ultimate price. A number of us were dragged to courts. A number of us were charged with very frivolous charges. The criminal justice system and KRA were used. A number of us, colleagues sitting here, sacrificed their positions, including my brother Moses Wetangula, not only on our side, as the leader of minority. But I think we proved to the people of Kenya that we as the leadership that is here today will not be part of a group that wants to use institutions to destroy political careers, that will use institutions to do conflict of interest and do business with the government, that will use and avert the Constitution and create state capture, that they will use institutions and leaders for their own personal and family gains. And as I go to Parliament this afternoon, I want us to assure the people of Kenya, our captain, that this alliance represents the unity of our people, that this alliance will represent the revival of our economy, that this alliance represents how we shall deal with the debt crisis, that this alliance will represent how we restore the safety and security of the citizens and never allow many of our people to die in extrajudicial killing. So I want to urge all these leaders that it's not about the position that we are going to take, it's about how to bring back the dignity and the stature of the people and the country called Kenya. And finally, if you allow me, our captain, let me go tell Azimio team and also the ODM team that I remember they never participated in the first place in the election of the Speaker Muturi. That time they were not in the House. It's when they were busy swearing in their fake president and people's president. So I think they have forgotten that. So if you allow me, let me rush, but wish all of you that we will deliver the people of Kenya to the really current. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Leader. I now want to request the Leader of the Service Party, the Honorable Mwangi Kiunjuri, to come and make his remarks.
Your Excellency, the Deputy President, Party Leaders present today, Secretary General's Chairman, all protocols observed. We as TSP family, we are happy to have joined you today. That we were invited, we honored this invitation because we believe in this cause. We came here because we have a purpose. And when we looked through Kenya Kwanza, and you have been following closely the activities of Kenya Kwanza, we believe that we are in the right formation. That we have had the opportunity as Kenyans to look at the formations that are already here with us today, the Azimio formation and Kenya Kwanza. And Kenyans can clearly see who can lead them to the next level, whereby for the first time Kenyans will be economically empowered. Because what we are looking for today is not about big words, big things that we can be promised, but it's looking at the suffering of our people. Today, every Kenyan is crying because of the cost of living. And to make the matter worse, you look at this formation of Azimio, and you wonder what is happening with them. But sometimes God works miracles. If you look at what happened with them, when they tabled this budget, you can tell them the writing, you can tell Kenyans clearly that the writings are on the wall. How can you table this kind of a budget that is so oppressive to Kenyans, Kenyans who cannot afford daily meal, and what you are telling them that I'm going to tax you further? And this is the time you are supposed to be bringing them together. At least, even if you are clever enough, you could have at least inserted some few lines there, lie to them that you lower the cost of their living. But you are telling them on the face that it is not enough. I have not dealt with you. I'm going to deal with you now. That you elect us, and we have no sympathy of your children who are not going to school, of those people who cannot pay their loans, of those people who cannot educate their children, and you don't care. However, Your Excellency, if you look at the journey that we have walked through and what you have gone through with this system, we have already tried to tell them that the most important thing today is to ensure that a Kenyan can wake up, feed his family, because if a Kenyan cannot feed his family, you have denied him any other dignity that he can enjoy. That men and women wake up today, some of them confess that they try to come back home late when the children have already gone to sleep. Because the questions that are going to face them, Dad, are we not going to eat today? It is no longer women who are answering the question. Men are answering questions that our women, our mothers, should be answering. And therefore for us, we have joined, and we have been with you. We are not joining today. It's not that it's only that we have not been properly admitted. I've already assured you time and again that this journey we are walking together. The most important for us today is to ensure not only that we are going to empower Kenyans, not only that we are going to give our young people meaningful employment, but we must assure them, we must free them from state capture. that this country must belong to all of us. Today, this country has owners, people who decide, a few of them, who will be employed where, which project will go where. They will even decide who will go to jail tomorrow, who should be investigated for this and that. We must free our people from these people. The final words to God, after the miracles were performed, the final words to Pharaoh was, let my people go. Our final word to Asmio, and your major principle, is that you must let Kenyans go. You must free Kenyans. And if you attempt to follow them, what will happen to you is the disaster that happened at the Red Sea. We are going to push you to the oblivion. There is no way Kenyans will sit down again and allow you people to decide their fate when they can decide their fate through the ballot. We want to assure you, you can ban all the words that you want to ban. But our people must be enlightened. We have to allow them know that we cannot trust you. We must allow you to know that you are not deep state. Kenyans are deep state. And therefore, kula tutachunga. Because you have no other option. You have only been left with only one option: intimidating Kenyans, making them believe that you can steal an election. You cannot do that. Tuko ngangare, watu wako sawasawa. Ya mwisho, wakati nilikuwa shule form 4, tulikuwa na methali tulikuwa tunasema. And I looked at this arraignment ya Azimio, and Moses tried to emphasize on it, and also my brother Musalia Mudavadi, of who are in that formation. Nikakumbuka hiyo shairi, kuriondokea Bwana abaye kujeba ni tabiaye, akaoana na mwanamke mwivi jaye. Wakawa wakiulizana kizazi kitakuwa namna gani. Mungu akawabariki, mtoto akazaliwa, lakini mtoto mkono ukakaa umekunjwa. Wakashika jia, wakanenda kwa mganga. Kwa mganga mkono ukafuguka. Kube kanama alikuwa ameiba pete ya mkunga. Now if you look at this formation, already we have been told by the party leader, team leader of Azimio, that his key advisor atakuwa rafiki ya Ruto. Huyu ndiye mtu ambaye amezamisha wa Kenya. Kama Kenya imezama kwa sababu ya huyu ndugu yetu, kama Kenya tumeangamizwa na huyu ndugu yetu, he has intimidated all of us. Now what you are telling us, that you are going to walk the footstep of the same person that we are trying to deliver Kenyans from. Kenyans, be aware. Kenyans, wake up today. And today we have been commissioned. The party leaders that we are here today, when we leave this gathering today, we are not waiting for any other instructions. Move where you are coming from. We are properly represented. All the corners of this country are represented. And I can assure you, we shall put our best foot forward. Asanteni.
Thank you very much, Honorable Kijuri. You have said what many Kenyans fear to say. We want to have the leadership of the Economic Freedom Party, Isaac Abe, come and make very brief remarks. Karibu sana.
Your Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Party Leader, ANC, Mheshimiwa Musalia Mudavadi, Party Leader, Ford Kenya, Mheshimiwa Moses Wetangula, other party leaders, Secretary Generals, and party officials, Assalamu alaikum. Mine is very brief. First of all, from the word go, I want to state that I'm here willingly and conditionally. That the reason why I'm here, I believe this is where your interest lies. And from the time we started hearing the word bottom-up economic model, from the time we started hearing pesa mfukoni, we said this is where we belong. And the reason being, in our manifesto, Economic Freedom Party, we say EFP is a Kenyan political party whose focus is economic empowerment of Kenyans, particularly those economically marginalized, women and youth. Economic Freedom Party has a national ideological leaning that is towards founded on a social justice led by the philosophy of inclusiveness. By that, we have been with you, even though we have not been physically with you. Today, we came here only to formalize that. And I want to thank our brother, Mheshimiwa Abdurrahman, Ambassador Mahmoud Saleh, and Mheshimiwa Honorable Adam Barre Duale for making this possible. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, it is after careful reflection that we, the party, Economic Freedom Party that take care of marginalized Kenyan, that we are here today to officially join Kenya Kwanza Alliance, led by the Deputy President, His Excellency William Samoei Ruto. We are here to be counted among Kenyans who have been taking a bold step to move together to elevate the economic situation of our people through bottom-up economic approach. EFP believe in the best days of Kenyans ahead by growing economy from the grassroots. The interest of the pastoralist community that includes availability of clean and reliable water for human consumption and agriculture, which is our key to our livelihood. The establishment of a better animal husbandry and the establishment of meat processing industries is essential to our addressing our long-term economic needs. The transport infrastructure to open up the northern frontier is the beginning of the economic freedom of our people and party. Those and more of our issue, including health care for all, we believe in that best be taken care of by Kenya Kwanza Alliance, who have demonstrated solid in commitment to inclusive economic development for all Kenyans. Your Excellency, from Kenya North, one of the qualities that we look for a leader, actually in a leader, is one, accessibility to that leader. Two, that leader, when he greets, he always bend and lower his shoulder for even the shortest person to reach. And without any doubt, even those who are opposing you today, they all give you that credit, you are that leader. We therefore urge all Kenyans of goodwill to turn up in large numbers on August 9th and the elected leaders within the Kenya Kwanza Alliance for the better future. We join UDA, unlike other political parties, for a healthier nation, a cohesive nation, a prosperous nation, a respected nation among community of nations, and for we believe Kenya first, Kenya Kwanza, and economic freedom. Thank you so much, and we are very grateful.
I now want to call my brother, friend, and colleague, the leader of Chama cha Kazi, the Honorable Moses Kuria, the Member of Parliament for Gatundu South. And I'm sure he has some greetings from Ishaweri.
Thank you very much, my colleague, Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, Your Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, fellow party leaders, siku hizi mimi ni mchache wa maneno. So I'll be very brief, and as you've heard, we have got some very important business in Parliament. I don't want to belabor you with what has been said. I just want to first recognize people whom we have traveled together in this journey. It's not been easy, starting with yourself. I recall from 2017, when we could sit with you, and you are still hopeful that maybe we are getting it wrong. It took you, in my estimation, 3 years before you started accepting kwamba tunachezo. So all the time you are saying, no, hapana, rais hawezi kutufanya namna hii, mtu ambaye tumetoka mbali na yeye namna hii. So again, being here today, after we were in Kasarani in 2016, when we formed Jubilee, I know it's a happy moment for you, but I also know it's a very painful moment, because these are the same dreams we had in 2016, lakini vile wahenga wanasema kuvunjika kwa mwiko sio mwisho ya upishi. But there's one thing that you had discovered, which on Sunday I was sitting next to a fellow member of parliament and asking for, why did we miss this for so long? To realize that we have forgotten and almost assumed that guy at the bottom of pyramid. So you are stubborn. Now ubadilishe hiyo tabia, because you are very stubborn in saying, no, there's something wrong. Something is wrong with our economy. Something is wrong with our architecture, with our model. We try to tell you, hapana, wacha tuongee mambo ya vile tunafahamu coalition na hivi, but you really refused and you stuck there. And also to my colleagues, and especially members of parliament who are from UDA especially. Some few years back, only I think 2 years, the leader of, the whip, majority whip in the Senate was Madam Susan Kihika. Then, because of associating with you, Susan Kihika was removed, and they put Irungu Kangata, who also joined you. And they removed him, and they put Kimani Wamatangi, who has also been removed because of joining you. I have to sit with Murkomen for him to tell me, because what I was thinking is now we go back to zero, we go back to Susan again, and the cycle continues. Hawa watu, hawa viongozi wamepitia mateso mingi, and although we are here taking the limelight as a party leaders, I really want to recognize and acknowledge the sacrifices which your team has made. From people like Kimani Ichung'wah, who are the chairman of the budget committee, Alice Wahome, vice chair of transport of legal committee, myself from transport committee, and many more people whose only crime was to associate not with a criminal but with the deputy president who was elected on the same ticket with the president. The late President Daniel Arap Moi set a very good legacy when in 2002 he conceded defeat and went home. Despite assurances, despite Sally Kosgei crying on the runway, Mwai Kibaki followed suit. He went home, and I want to assure you, as a member of parliament for the President of the Republic of Kenya, he is also going home. And we shall have William Ruto and the Kenya Kwanza team as the next government. And this government, as His Excellency has said, it's not about individuals and not about parties. What brings us together is really because we have to save this country. Nothing is working in this country, and I don't know why it is starting with only the liquid products. Hakuna mafuta ya petroli, hakuna mafuta ya kupika, hakuna maji, hakuna maziwa. The only liquid ni ile mimi na Musalia tuliacha tukaachia wengine. Hiyo nasikia bado hiko sababu sijasikia wakilalamika. So we have a lot of work to do. Tuko na kazi ya kufanya to save this country. And I want to assure, this is my 7th. I started campaigning for president when I was 21 years old, and I was in a campaign team for Kenneth Matiba. This is my 7th presidential campaign. I forgot how to lose elections 20 years ago. I forgot. I don't know how to. And we are going to win this one. Make no mistake. Ile kazi tutafanya na Mwami Musalia na Weta, Aisha Jumwa. Nimeona my predecessor, you know I'm the incoming chair of Council of Governors, and Martin Nyaga Wambora is here. Kama Wambora ako hapa, yani devolution yote iko hapa. Speaker Muturi ako hapa, Speaker wa Senate ako hapa. Hii vyama vyote, hata kuna ingine ya YouTube inaitwa Radical, sijui kwa nini hawakusaini. Hata wao najua wako hapa na tutashirikiana. Hao watu tutawaonyesha kivumbi. And let me tell you something as I finish. The major difference between this coalition and the other coalition. This coalition, there is joy and happiness being in this family. This is not a coalition, this is a family. Nobody is woken up, nobody is told to go and do something. The kind of commitment, how else would we survive 5 years of Mateso kama sio unity and our family ethics and our family attitude? Now with the new members who have joined us, we are going to work together. And let me tell you something, because you know Raila Odinga is my friend. And I want to say it on record that Raila was ready to go home after 2017. It is some people who wanted protection, I don't know for what. Because only people who are guilty go looking for people to protect them, including a man who was ready to go and look after his grandchildren, and you stop him from going home. So my good friend Raila Odinga, because I know also you have been forced, like we are being forced to run again, we shall help you by sending you home. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki sana.
Thank you. Let me call the leader of the Devolution Party, Sofia Kada. Karibu, Madam. Makofi.